The US sending military aid to Ukraine is definitely going to help Ukraine, but let's not forget, it's gonna help some in Congress too. They're making a killing of their own financially when it comes to the sorts of things that we're sending abroad. So bear in mind, over the weekend, the White House approved $200 million in weapons for Ukraine's defense against Russia. That's a lot of weapons that are gonna be transferred over to Ukraine. We can go to that at some point. Among those weapons, we have so-called fire and forget Javelin and Stinger missile systems that troops carry on their shoulders during battle. We'll give you a few details about that so you know what we're talking about. The joint Raytheon Lockheed Martin made Javelin missile is touted as, quote, the world's premier shoulder-fired anti-armor system capable of destroying battle tanks. And Raytheon Stinger missiles are designed to shoot down helicopters and other low-flying aircraft. They advertise it as rapidly deployed by ground troops and credited with more than 270 fixed and rotary wing intercepts, which is an interesting way to put down that you've shot down hundreds of vehicles and killed a lot of people, but I guess it's warfare we're talking about. In any event, 17,000 anti-tank missiles, 2,000 Stinger missile systems have been sent to Ukraine. More will be spent soon. So what effect has that had financially? Well, Lockheed Martin's stock has certainly gone up recently. Raytheon, not quite as much, but a big percentage increase there. Now, all of this is very good news for people who hold that stock. And what do you know? Some of them are the ones approving all of this. 18 federal lawmakers or their spouses, at the very least, have already been identified as holding stock in Raytheon and Lockheed Martin. Among those, this was what sort of started people paying attention to this, is Representative Marjorie Taylor Greene, who bought up to $15,000 in Lockheed Martin shares on February 22nd. Bear in mind, that was 2 days before the invasion. It was also right around the time, it was actually 2 days before she sent out this tweet: war is big business to our leaders. From the defense manufacturers to buy-sell decisions on how war and rumors of war affect the market, to the foreign countries that our corporations center American jobs based on allies and enemies, it's all business. Profit over peace is an awful and failed policy. Also, I'd like some of that profit, even if it means no peace. So, look, she's just one. There are many, and a good number of these people. Shelley Moore Capito's a senator, Sheldon Whitehouse, John Hickenlooper, husbands and wives of people in elected office, Kyla. They might, in some cases, have way more in stock in those corporations. And so the more weapons we send there, the better it is for them financially. How do we divorce that from the decisions they're making over this war?
You can't. And that's actually one of the main reasons why I'm in this work, getting corruption out of our government. Dark money and the financial benefit from the military industrial complex, it's running rife in our country, in our government. And until we can beat that at its source, we will not see any changes in supporting war and supplying weapons to despots across the world. And even if these weapons are going to assist Ukraine, again, there is money to be made when there is war.
Yeah, and look, I mean, in terms of what can be sent that's relatively quick to send, is gonna have the biggest possible influence on the war without putting our actual soldiers there. This certainly seems like a quick, efficient way to do it, and it's cheaper than a lot of things we do militarily. It's still massively expensive, but bear in mind our military budget, you could easily round it up to, like $1 trillion in any given year. That said, the specifics of what are being sent, like, we're just supposed to hope that they wouldn't ever be influenced by their own stock holdings. And honestly, that's what we're left with the current system, but that doesn't have to be the way it is. Like, doesn't it seem reasonable that maybe they shouldn't be able to own stock in Raytheon or in Lockheed Martin or any individual company? Did Marjorie Greene have a hearing the day before she bought those stocks? It was several days, potentially before the war started. Did she find out something? Did she know something that nobody else did that allowed her to benefit financially? It is impossible to know for sure. We don't have access to that information. That's the problem. So why not ban it? And I'll credit Representative Ilhan Omar, who says, add this to the list of why members of Congress should never be allowed to trade stocks. Exactly. They can still have mutual funds. They can still have broad investments in shared prosperity or whatever. But Kyla, I just don't see why they should be able to buy either defense contractor stocks, pharma stocks, energy stocks. It's so rife for possible corruption.
And honestly, they know, they know. When 51 members of Congress and their spouses collectively own between 2.8 million to 5.3 million worth of stock in the top 30 defense contractors worldwide, there's a problem, and that's according to a Sledge report. And so they definitely, absolutely know what's going on. They are participating in legalized corruption. And again, like we will not see changes. We will not see any decreases in worldwide deaths and worldwide wars unless Congress takes a step back, examine the, honestly, I don't know if they actually can do that because they're making so much money and they might be blinded by the dollar signs. But for the people who are serious about ending this corruption, I hope they take this battle serious and go full front with it, because they have supporters among the people who would advocate for these type of legislations to pass.
Yeah, I agree. I hope that we get a lot more politicians elected in this next cycle that'll commit to doing this ban. Like even Nancy Pelosi seems to have felt the pressure on this topic. It's just like they have so many different avenues for corruption. This is like one of the most obvious. And like how many people, regular people, do you think hear that they can do that? Think about it for 5 seconds and come away from that thinking, yeah, no, that's totally cool. I think that's fair. No, people hate it. They don't like that we're focusing on it now.
Check out the Damage Report podcast each day, wherever you get your podcasts, whether Pocket Casts or Stitcher or iTunes. You can join me as I give you the news and stories you want, with a range of co-hosts and interview guests jumping in on the fun each day. Again, that's the Damage Report, wherever you get your podcasts. And if you get them at iTunes, don't forget to rate and review. Sometimes I'll read them live on the show.